Facebook went live the first try this morning. This is so exciting. I guess I asked for what I want. So, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Another Monday morning, and here we go into the week. Hoping that it will be a week where I can feel the sense of making a contribution. So, Jean Houston asked this question, which I thought was really beautiful, which is, what story would you like to be a part of? And I thought about how blessed I've been in my life, because I really did know what story I wanted to be a part of, which had everything to do with saving the children and helping the children and rescuing the children and loving the children and playing with the children. And it was always about children. And of course, that was from my own childhood, which wasn't so great. So I was thinking about that a lot. And I just wanted to say to you all, which is a little bit risky, I realize, for me anyway, because that's what we're going to talk about today, is asking for what you want. So one of the things that is happening with Turning the Wheel is that we're getting ready to launch a campaign to get as many $20 monthly donors as we possibly can. So we want everybody who thinks they can give up that couple of lattes to send $20 a month to Turning the Wheel, which would begin to stabilize our financial situation. So yeah, asking for that is very, very hard for me. But if it was that the answer for you of what story would you like to be a part of, then the $20 a month would make sense. If the Turning the Wheel story of reaching out to our underserved, underprivileged youth is a story that you'd like to be a part of. So there you go. I figured that if the intersection is there, then it's okay. And if not, there's someplace else that you'll make a contribution. So, yeah, so asking for what you want, that's everything, isn't it? In terms of being able to show up and take care of ourselves. So I just went through a really big experience with that a couple or 3 weeks ago, because I got very sick and I needed help. And I didn't like that. I didn't like needing help. I didn't like needing to ask for help. And it was a very deep change, cellular change for me to actually ask for help, receive help, and get it, that everybody felt good about that. That it was good for the people who gave help as well as for me who needed help. And so I just wanted to play with that today with you. So let's begin by asking for what we want from the universe. And one way to do that, which we'll do together, is to do what I don't know if we have done before, but we might have. But it's called the penetrating flow. It's a Donna Eden thing. And it's really great because it brings us to into our flowing body, and our flowing body knows what we want. So out here, there's a lot of fear. I can't have what I want. I can't ask for what I want. I don't know what I want. But in here, in the heart and in the body, that answer is there automatically. What story do I want to be a part of in my own daily life, in my community, on the earth? What is that story? So let's begin by just getting fully in our bodies. This is a really fun thing to do. So you put your hands, your thumbs back here, right on the back side of your belly button. If you made a line through from your belly button to your back, put your thumbs on that spot. And then you just open up your chest as wide as you can, right? So you're like really, it's like you let your legs be slightly apart, right? So you're in a power stance, right? It really feels good. You may go over here and you can see me better. Yeah, no, it's not much better. Okay, so here we are. We are in our power stance and we stay there for a moment. And then you let your hands follow a meridian, and it goes like this. It goes down over your hips. around to the front, down to the top of your pelvic bone, and then zipping right up that central meridian again. Yeah? And then, this is the really fun part, you let your hands come to your heart and you bend comfortably at your knees and your waist, whatever's good for you, and you begin to do a figure 8 towards the floor. So there's a figure 8, and then the figure 8 comes up and 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 comes up until you're doing it to the ceiling. Yeah? And you just bring your hands back to your heart and rest there a minute. So that gets the whole body flowing, the meridians for well-being, the radiant circuits enlivened, which are the circuits for well-being and joy, yeah? So let's do it all the way through together. So put your thumbs back there in that spot on the back of your belly button and open that chest. Bring your collarbones together and your legs slightly apart. And then let your hands travel down over your hips, around to the front, to the top of the pelvic bone, zipping all the way up the central meridian. Bending at the knees, doing your figure 8 to the floor. All the way up to the ceiling. Activating the radiant circuits. And then just bring your hands to your heart. And rest there for a minute. And from that place of well-being, ask the universe for something you want. And then you just let go. You give it to the universe, you let go, and when the time is right, it will come. So what is something you would really like? Very little or very big or somewhere in between? Take a deep breath. Let your hands relax, and now you let go of holding on to that want and you just let the universe take care of it for you. Yeah? And during this week, notice all week long, oh, I didn't ask for what I wanted there. I think I'll back up and do that. So, you get your tea at the coffee shop and it's not very hot. You could say, would you be willing to heat this up a little more for me? Or somebody comes over to visit and they're unannounced and what you really want is to be alone and have time to yourself. So how do you balance that? Well, you speak with them a little bit and then you say, could we find a time to schedule? Because I was just going to go meditate, but I really would love to spend time with you. Let's make a time. So now I ask for what I want, and I also incorporate caring about them, which is really important to all of us caregivers, right? So play with this. Play with, where am I asking? How do I ask? When do I want to ask? When does it not matter? And remember, the universe is always there waiting, wanting to know what you want, wanting to know what is the story that you want to be part of. Yeah? All right. Take good care this week, and I'll see you next Monday. Love you.